class. So welcome back to my channel, and I hope you are ready to learn about math, because today we are going to be learning two-step problem using multiplication, division, and how to interpret those remainders. We don't know what to do sometimes, but guess what? I'm going to teach you some strategies, okay, on what to do. All right, so our TEK for today is 4.4H, and our learning goal is I can solve two-step problems using multiplication, division, and interpreting those remainders. Okay, so remember, sometimes when we divide, we get a leftover, but what is the problem really asking? Is it asking us to use it, to not use it? What do we do? I don't know. But guess what? We're gonna learn, okay? So in the past, we've been working with word problems that are just one step, right? We get those numbers, we add them, subtract them, we multiply it or divide, and that's it. We do one thing, that's it. Now, in fourth grade, you gotta get better, okay? So we're adding two steps now, okay? So you gotta make sure you're reading the problem carefully, okay? So right now, I'm gonna teach you some strategies on what to do with that situation, okay? So the first one we're going to be doing is problem solving strategies, okay? So what that looks like is we have to check for understanding, okay? So with this one is making sure you're reading the problem several times. Are you truly understanding what it's asking for, okay? Ask yourself, what do I know, okay? What do I know? Based on the problem, what is it asking? And what am I looking for? Okay, what am I looking for? So what do I know based on the information they gave us? And then what am I looking for? Okay, you have to know those things. Our next thing is plan, okay? So choose a strategy you can use to help solve the problem, okay? For an example, it could be drawing pictures, strip diagram, making a table, you make a list, you guess and you check, making sure that's the correct answer, or you're working backwards from the problem, okay? Sometimes on multiple choice questions, they're going to give you A, B, C, and D. Plug in those numbers. Maybe that works for you. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but do whatever strategy you can, okay? Whatever you want. But make sure you're going with the plan. Don't just look at those numbers and start doing whatever you want. Make sure you have a plan of action. What are you going to do? All right. Then the next thing is solve. All right. You want to make sure that you're doing everything. Carry out your plan. If you say you're going to draw pictures, then draw the pictures, making sure they help you. Do whatever you're going to do on your plan, okay? Be accurate and neat. Don't add numbers like this and that you don't know and, they're just like really messy. No, 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 no. Don't do that. You make sure that everything is nice and neat. Everything has its place value, okay? You're making sure everything's nice and neat. All right. And lastly, check your work. Okay. Check your work. Make sure you're correct by using the correct opposite, by using the opposite operation to check, or by being able to justify your answer. Okay. So if you do division and you want to make sure you have the correct answer, the opposite of division is what? Multiplication, okay? So you're going to use multiplication to check if you have the correct answer. If you subtract, the opposite of subtraction is addition. So you're going to add, making sure you get your answer from the problem, okay? You make sure you check it. Don't just give me the answer and say, I got this and hope for the best. No. You will know if you got the right answer if you check your answer, okay? So those are a couple strategies that I want you to use. All right. So again, it's understand what do I know and what am I looking for? Okay. Next one is plan. What kind of plan am I going to use? All right. Then solve. Make sure you're doing your plan and make sure your work is nice and neat. And then check your work. Okay. Check your work. All right. So another strategy I want you to use is called get strategy. Now this is amazing, okay? So sometimes I know when we're working with word problems and sometimes I'm just like, I don't really understand what it's asking me to do. I don't know if I should multiply or divide. It's a lot. It's a lot. So this is called the get strategy or the get model, okay? So the G stands for groups, okay? The E stands for each, and the T stands for total, all right? G stands for groups, so how many groups do I have, or how many people do I have? So that's groups. Each would mean how much is each person, each group going to get, and total means I have a total amount of certain objects that there are, okay? So groups times each would equal my total, okay? So if I have, so for an example, I have 3 people and I have 4 things, 4 ice creams. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. 4 ice creams. Okay, then that means my total will be 12. Okay, I have 3 people or 3 groups. I have four ice creams for each person, each group. So that means my total would mean I have in total 12 ice creams, okay? So that's what that means, all right? So if I have the G and I have the E, but I'm missing, okay, the T, all right? So I have the G, I have the number of groups. For an example, they say I have 3 people, I have 4 ice creams for each, but in the problem's asking, what's my total? Okay, what's my total? Then that means I would multiply. Okay, if I'm missing the T and I have the G and the E, the G and the E, and I'm missing the T, then that means I would multiply, right? That's what that means. But if, for an example, I have the G, okay, I'm missing the E, but they gave me the total, okay? So for an example, I have 3 friends and I have 12 ice cream in total. Okay, what do I do? All right, they gave me the G. I have the total number of people or total number total number of groups, and they gave me the T, which is total, because I have everything out there. What? And they want to know how much is everybody gonna get? How much is each person going to get? That means I'm missing the E. Okay, so that means that this would be a division problem. Okay, this also works that if I'm missing the G, okay, I have the E and I have the T, okay, this also works for that as well, all right? So for an example, I have a certain amount of friends and each friend is going to get 4 ice creams. And in total, I have 12 ice creams. How many friends do I have? Do I have? All right, that's what the problem's asking. I'm missing the G. How many people are there? Well, I know it's 3, but what did I do? Well, I divided 12 by 4 and I got 3, right? Same thing up here. I have 3 friends, okay, but I have the total of 12, so 12 divided by 3 would be equal 4. Each person is going to get 4. Here, I have 3 friends, right? So again, I have the E, I have how many each person has, I have my T, which is my total, but I'm missing my G, which is how many groups there are, okay? So So if I'm missing the E or the G, it's what? Division. And if I have the G and the E, I'm going to be multiplying because I'm trying to find the total, okay? So that's kind of what that looks like, okay? So let's go over here and let's do one word problem, okay? I'm only going to do one because I want you to figure them out, okay? So let's look at the first one. Problem number 1. Sebastian and his two brothers read an equal amount each week. They read for a combined total of 100, okay, 135 minutes each week, okay? They read the same amount of time each week. How many minutes will each boy have read in 6 weeks? Okay, well, what's the first thing we know? We know Sebastian and his two brothers, so how many people do we have in total? 3 people. Read an equal amount each week. They read for a combined total of 135 minutes each week. Okay. They read the same amount of times each week. How many minutes will each boy have read in 6 weeks? Okay. So let's see then. Okay, I'm just gonna minimize it really quick. So again, we have 3 boys, and for a combination, they all read 135 minutes each week. And we want to know how many minutes will each boy have read in 6 weeks. Okay, so again, this is a 2-step problem. So the first thing I want to do is, well, I want to know, okay, it's asking each boy, okay? So we know that they all read a total 135, okay? But at the end, we want to know each boy reads how many minutes, okay? So again, if I have if GET, okay, I'm trying to find the E at the end of each boy. So if I have the G and the T, then and I'm missing the E, then that means I would divide. Okay, my total is 135 divided by how many groups do I have? 3. Okay, all right, so let's work this one out. How many times can 3 go into 1? None. Okay, but how many times can 3 go into 13? I know at least 4 times. Okay, 3 times 4 is what? 12. Okay, 13 minus 12 is 1. I bring down my 5. Okay, how many times can 3 go into 15? I know at least 5 times. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 15 is 0. So I have no remainders. So that means I know each boy is at least going to read 45 minutes. Okay, well, we know now that each boy is going to read at least 45 minutes, but at the end, we want to know after 6 weeks, okay? So what I'm going to do now is multiply 45 times 6. 5 times 6, okay? That's 30, okay? 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24, plus my 3 up here is 27, okay? Now I can answer the question. How many minutes will each boy have read in 6 weeks? Okay, we know each boy reads 45 minutes per week, so we just multiply that by 6 weeks. And so now each boy is going to read at 270 minutes. Okay, so my answer is 270 minutes, right? So what I want you to do is go ahead and use that same strategy I did, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, okay, and try to do these other 3 problems. I'm going to give you the answers, but I'm not going to give you the way I solved it, okay? Because I want you to do it on your own, okay? So go ahead and pause the video here. In a few seconds, I'm going to give you the answers, okay? All right, so these are the answers. I hope you were able to use your strategies that I told you. Remember GET, GET, and GET. Remember, these are two-step strategies. So you're going to be doing some multiplying, dividing, at least one in each time, okay? Number 4, this one's going to trick you, okay? So please make sure you pay attention to that one. On number 4, you're going to divide twice. You're not multiplying, you're dividing twice. And number 3, you're multiplying twice. And for number 2, you are multiplying and dividing, okay? So two-step problems, please make sure you're reading it carefully and you're understanding what the problem is asking, okay? Please, please, please be neat on your work. All right, so if you have any questions, comment down below or ask me in person. I'll try to respond to you. And if obviously you're in my classroom, I'm gonna answer you no matter what. Remember, I believe in you and you have to believe in yourself too. You know how to do this. Please read carefully, okay? I hope you have a good day. Bye.